Hola, beloveds, and welcome to another Inspired Around the World with Tonya. Today, I wanted to share with you some tarot, some travels, and some tales. And so today, I was guided to share an inspired story about how I really started traveling. Many people ask me, how did you start traveling, and where did you go, and what did you do? Well, what really started my traveling after I had gone through spiritual coaching and got my license, then also got my yoga certification. And then I felt like, and then my daughter went away to college. So she was off at DePaul and she was living in the dorms. And I decided, I have my passport. I was recovering from a broken heart, and someone who wanted to work with me invited to pay for me to come to Switzerland and work with them. They were going through a breakup with their long-term mate. And so I said, absolutely, I will absolutely go. And at the time, I was in Costa Rica and I had been subbing for a teacher that was doing another training somewhere. So I was taking over her classes. So I had been in Costa Rica for 6 weeks where I was milking and waiting over my broken heart, which I'll share in another tale coming up. But on this one, I want to focus on my travels. And so I was invited to Switzerland, to Bern, Switzerland, and it was the first time I had been to Europe. And now, let me tell you, it is one of the most amazing and beautiful places. I had never had such delicious chocolate in my life. I had never heard such, I saw the richness and the culture of the Swiss and the German, and I had seen castles and things, and we went through Thun, and I went to the Grand Victoria in the middle of the mountains. And I thought, oh my God, there is so much world out there. Because here I was, a single mom at 19, a college student. And, I had a master's degree. I was 38 years old. I had no idea what I was doing and where I was going. And I just had 2 suitcases. And I said, you know what? Why not try it? Why not try it? And so I'm enjoying this time in Switzerland, and I'm thinking I might stay. My friend said, why not try to see if you could stay, get some work, maybe learn the language. And I was like, perhaps, why not? I have nowhere else to go. And so I just opened myself up to saying, why not? Well, through that experience, I was then given a nice, a nice payment for my services of being there and supporting them and getting them back together, because they did get back together after 50 years together. The wife decided she wanted to branch out and needed her time, and so, but we were able to bring them back together. And so they paid me very well. And so I then spent a month in Miami trying to figure out, oh my God, how can I do that again? How can I do that again? And of course, after then, I couldn't figure it out. And so for a very long time, I was really homeless with my 2 suitcases. And the reason I say homeless is because I had decided I didn't want to have a home. I'm not saying I was homeless because I didn't want, I decided I had been a single mother, since I was 19. And here I was 20 years later, and I said, what can I do differently? What can I do for Tonya? And that's where this tarot tale is going to take us. And so let's see. So today I'm using one of my favorite decks. This is the Crystallis Tarot. You can see it is very used. And so I wanted to just share this tale with you and see what card pops up from that point. So it was really about me saying, letting go of the old things. I had built this whole house. I had, all these things with Miana and I just knew it was no longer serving me. And so it taught me, first of all, letting go of attachments. And then it also taught me who I truly was, who I wanted to be. And so I wanted to be a spiritual teacher and a healer. The thing was, I wasn't healing myself because I was consumed then with recreating that experience, but I was also sabotaging myself through alcohol. And so let's see what card we get today. All right, so we get the 2 of Cups, 2 of Mirrors. And so I'm also being guided to pick up this one. And so we get the Ace of Stones. And so how this, weaves in, it's really teaching myself self-love. And that's when I got this butterfly tattoo, actually. I got this butterfly tattoo November 2nd, Day of the Dead, before I came to Mexico. So I'll be celebrating my 4-year anniversary here in Mexico next week, actually. And so the Two of Cups and the Ace of Stones, what this is telling me about this tale really is that it was that reflection of self-love, of letting go of what I no longer, what I had been holding on to, not only my mentally, spiritually, and physically, but really all of it. And so it really set me on a journey of saying, where else can I go? Where else will, if I allow spirit to guide me, where else can I go? And from there, I just began traveling and was given more opportunities, and more people invited me. And it was just like as if magic. It really came forth because I allowed myself to truly say, let me serve, let me be a healer. And although I couldn't see it at the time for myself, it was getting me ready and prepared to stop drinking. And I had stopped, it's been 4 years now since, like I said before, it was actually August 22nd was my 4-year anniversary. And this was my celebration of like my 3-4 month before I came down here to Mexico. And so that's what the Ace of Stones is, really recognizing my worthiness. And so thank you so much for joining for today's Around the World with Tarot. And this is how I blend tarot tales. I blend my story in with healing and some magic. I hope you are enjoying these. Please leave me some comments, subscribe, share it. Tell me, what do you like? What are your takeaways from these experiences? Because I want to bring you more of how I've healed, and this storytelling is so important for me. So let me know what you think, beloveds. I am so grateful to serve, to share, and to shine with you. And until next time, until next episode, be open to where the world takes you. Namaste.